Hi, it's Lindsay Carlson here. We're finally starting to get some more Quentin Tarantino movies on 4K, and that's a good thing. One of the most revered works that he made is Kill Bill, which came out as two separate films, and now we finally got those in 4K. Today we're looking at the first film of the two, this being Kill Bill Volume 1. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. Cover right there of the bride and the snowy field outside the House of Blue Leaves. I like how that looks. Spine text. Back cover. The art underneath is basically the same. We do get a digital code of the film. And we get the movie in 4K, a Blu-ray disc of the film as well. I believe the Blu-ray disc is identical to the previously released one. The action explodes in Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill Volume 1, presented in eye-popping 4K for the first time. This acclaimed fourth film from groundbreaking writer and director Quentin Tarantino stars Uma Thurman, Lucy Liu, and Vivica A. Fox in an astonishing, action-packed thriller about brutal betrayal and an epic vendetta. 4 years after taking a bullet in the head at her own wedding, the bride emerges from a coma and decides it's time for payback. Having been gunned down by her former boss and his deadly squad of international assassins, it's a kill-or-be-killed fight she did not start, but one she will finish. Loaded with explosive action and outrageous humor, Kill Bill Volume 1 is a must-see motion picture event. I have to admit, I didn't see the Kill Bill movies when they were in theaters back in the day. I didn't discover them until the era of Blu-ray disc many, many years later, but it's one of those I didn't know what I'd been missing scenes, and I have to say, I love the Kill Bill movies, and I was very happy to see that they finally got a 4K release. The movies, of course, revolve around a woman simply known as the Bride, when her ex-boss from her assassin days shoots her and leaves her for dead. She's in a coma for 4 years, and when she wakes up, of course, she's got a vendetta to settle against her would-be killers. And throughout the movie, Tarantino certainly wears his influences on his sleeve. I mean, this is an homage from everything to 70s martial arts movies, to anime, to spaghetti westerns. And he just has the time of his life making this film. One of my favorite things about Quentin Tarantino is that he's not only a filmmaker, he's a film buff. And he lets you know it in every single movie he ever makes. Perhaps nowhere is that more evident than in the Kill Bill movies. And of course, The Bride gets plenty of action sequences, but there's at least some humor and drama here to balance out the levity. When this movie gets violent, it gets very violent. The entire third act of the movie is basically one big, prolonged, ultra-violent action sequence. And at one point, the screen even becomes black and white because that's how they censored martial arts movies for violence back in the day. Again, Tarantino lovingly paying homage. The city of Tokyo is even depicted by miniatures that were made for a then-recent Godzilla movie. And the supporting cast is equally excellent. I mean, we have Lucy Liu as a member of the assassination squad that she's out for revenge against. Vivica A. Fox is another one of the members. Just a veritable who's who throughout the movie. And we even get Sonny Chiba, the famed 70s martial arts movie star, playing Hattori Hanzo, a retired swordsmith who the bride has to go to get a weapon so that she can exact her revenge. This is one of those movies that just reminded me of why I'm in love with cinema in the first place. It holds absolutely nothing back. Quentin Tarantino typically doesn't like to hold anything back. Another reason I love the guy's films. There's even a prolonged anime-style animation sequence in the film that depicts one of the characters' backstories, which just goes to show, again, that there's really nothing this guy isn't willing to do when it comes to making a film. You'll love it for the homages, you'll love it for the original elements, and of course, you'll love it for the violence. I can't get enough of Kill Bill, and I'm glad to see the movies finally arrived on 4K. Now, I do want to give a brief disclaimer. There's been a lot of upcry online about how these discs are supposedly just upscales, and they don't look a whole lot better than the older Blu-ray discs. Now, what I see here to me actually looks very good. Is it a night and day upgrade from the Blu-ray disc? Probably not, but the addition of HDR and the fact that there's less compression, things like that certainly work wonders for the film. The black and white scenes I thought looked particularly good, and then there's a lot of scenes like in the streets of Tokyo that really get that nice extra punch from the addition of HDR. I think these are very good-looking transfers of the Kill Bill movies. Are they a massive upgrade over the old Blu-rays? Probably not, but that's only because the old Blu-rays looked so good as they were. Could the movies look better? Possibly, but I'm not disappointed with what I see here. The one disappointment that does stem back to the Blu-ray discs and is still true here is that, unfortunately, there's not a very big supplement package. There's some trailers, there's some performances by the girl band in Japan that we see in the film, and a few other little things here and there, but not really any massive revelatory supplements. It would have been nice if we could have gotten the uncensored full-color House of Blue Leaves sequence that was featured in some international releases of the movie. Lack of bonus features are really my only complaint with this release. I do think it's an upgrade from the Blu-ray, even if it's only a modest one, and I don't think fans will be too terribly disappointed with what they have here. The films are as entertaining as ever, and I can easily give this release a recommendation. How about you? Are you a fan of Kill Bill? Do you prefer Volume 1 or 2? Do you think these are the best films Quentin Tarantino ever made? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.